Good day, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whatever it is for you, have a good one. It's another day, it's another live stream. Gonna talk about some things. Hold up. Still sharing the link around. I always do that late. I don't know why. It's a habit. Maybe a habit I should. Well, maybe not necessarily a habit I should get rid of, but one that I should, tweak a little. Today I want to talk about a couple of things. Most of all, hence the name, meditation, because everyone has their opinions about meditation and what meditation should be and how it should be done and all. And honestly, I have tried several kinds of meditation. I have tried the sitting still and with the mudras and just focusing and but yeah, that's not for me. That's not for me. Although that is, of course, the one that is being talked about most. Just sit still, close your eyes, and feet or legs, whatever, in the lotus position. The classic meditation sits you'll see on all those Buddha statues, and in the you'll see them do it like that on TV. That is, if you're still watching TV, which I do not recommend. That's for another time, or maybe later in the stream. Who knows? I got time. But yeah, that doesn't necessarily have to be the only way of. Jesus. Okay. Hi, Tim. Yes, indeed. Damn. Okay, my cat saw that I was streaming, heard me talking, and decided to quite violently jump up on the table. Sorry that I forgot my kitty co-host. Yeah, sorry, Tim. But anyway, meditation. You can meditate with your cat as well. Even though mine is a goober, as his mom would say, Miss Firefay. He does have a calming effect. When he just lays on top of me and just wants love and attention, and has a calming effect. You could say that's meditation too. And especially a cat's purr, it has healing properties. It's at a frequency, at a vibration that is set to have healing properties. I'm not sure if that's actually the case. I don't have much to heal from, luckily. Not physically. I mean, I got some, I've got some mental demons. I've got some emotional demons that I'm still working through. But hey, don't we all? We all have our shit. So, oh yeah, gezellig, Tim. Hi. So that can be meditation. Just cuddling with your cat, cuddling with your dog, your rabbit, or for the people who are lucky enough to actually, actually live with their significant other, that can be meditation too. Meditation is pretty much, to me, how I understand it, it can be anything that quiets the mind and helps you focus. And that can be metal as well. I mean, metal has done wonders for me and my moods. When I'm pissed off or just like incredibly emotional in whatever way, just put on, I put on some heavy freaking metal. If I know the lyrics, I'm screaming along with it, and that helps me calm down. I mentioned that in the last meet hall. It's also kind of a meditation because it helps me calm down. It helps me calm my mind, calm my mood, calm my emotions. But my kind of meditation, the things that work for me, and I thought for a while I was the only one at that, or maybe not the only one, but I haven't heard it from anyone else, is jujitsu and weightlifting. Jiu-jitsu is, of course, it's a martial art. Then again, I've also seen people say that if you train with the gi, that's the art, and if you train no gi, that's the sport. But for me, it works the same way. You're getting into that flow. Yes, it's physically demanding. Definitely is. Jiu-jitsu, it's a hard sport or art. It's the art of folding people up, or like folding clothes with the people still in it. Then I'm radio. That's perfect meditation music. It's not the om and the binaural beats and whatever. I do like binaural beats, but it's calming, it's soothing, it can bring you in a trance. So that's meditation music. Meditating to metal, I think metal might be a little too aggressive for that. I think that only works, well, for me, that only really works if I'm in a higher emotional state. Shamanic drumming, yeah, that works, with just the beats, the regular beats. Yeah. Okay. But jiu-jitsu, yes, it can be a violent art. I mean, you're literally twisting and turning people and yourself in all kinds of weird pretzels. You're like doing your best to, well, rip off limbs, choke people out, squeeze their head off. And yes, I do that I do that voluntarily, like once or twice a week. Don't ask me why. I mean, you can ask me why and I'll answer, because it's meditating. Like for me, it has a meditating effect. You get into that flow, you get into that zone. You are focused, even though you have to pay attention to 1,001 things. But it's still, you have one goal in mind and you work towards that goal. If you're in a certain position, let's say, you're in, I don't know, closed guard. For everyone who trains jiu-jitsu or has trained any other grappling sport, they'll understand what closed guard is. If not, there's YouTube, there's Odyssey, there's Rumble. I'm sure there are jiu-jitsu videos on there. Closed guard, most basic position there is. You're gonna work for something. You're gonna look for a submission from that position, which means that you're gonna have to move in a certain way. And of course, your opponent's gonna move against you, and they're gonna look for his own submission. So yes, it's not, you're sitting still and you're quieting your mind, but you are focused. You are focused on getting in the right position so that you can get the right submission, while at the same time preventing your opponent from doing the same. Okay. It works. It has a meditating effect on me. And I guess that's why they call it a martial art as well. Because, if you see two people, especially who are on a higher level, if you see them rolling with each other, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful to see. Ooh. Spilled coffee on Timmy. Oh. Well, he doesn't seem to mind coffee. He was licking out my mug the other day. Another sport that has a meditating effect for me, this is all personal. I'm sharing personal stuff. If you agree with it, great. If you don't agree with it, if something else works for you, let me know. Come here in the live chat, let me know. I'll throw it up on screen. We'll have a discussion about it. Otherwise, when the live is over, put it in the comments. I'll read it and we'll discuss it in the comments. That it's all personal. It's my live stream. I'm just sharing things that work for me. So another thing that really works for me, and I did like, that was the one thing that I heard Raven Kiefer mention in the meat hall, that he has met multiple people for whom that works as well, is weightlifting or powerlifting. And it's hard. You're doing a 100 plus kg deadlift. You're doing a 100 kg bench or squat, or like whatever you're doing, especially with the basic exercises, the full body lifts. You're focused on one thing and one thing only: just get that damn weight up. That's it. Okay. Yes, it's a struggle. Yes, it can be a absolute fight, especially if you're, well, from my experience, if you're doing heavy squats, to get to that halfway point is the biggest struggle. Once you're past the halfway point and you get fully up, it's a little easier. But still, afterwards, yes, you're out of breath. Yes, you may, see some stars. I actually made a joke about that yesterday with Lodewijk. Hey, I may not be an astronomer, but I am seeing stars. Okay. But it's so satisfying. Afterwards, you feel so good. You feel so satisfied because you made it. You got that weight up. Hopefully without injury. I mean, then it wouldn't feel good, of course. But yeah, you got that weight up. And that's the only thing you have to focus on. I mean, yes, right, with the right position, with the right form and all of that. But the one goal is get that weight up. And that has very much a meditating effect as well. Yes, afterwards, still, especially if we go heavy, or if we go M-rep, as many reps as possible, yes, I am sore AF when I get home. En yes, oh ja, sorry Tim, het is niet zo handig. Ja, nee, het is goed. And yes, I can be sore for, 2 days afterwards still, depending on, how good my recovery is. But still, it's meditating. It's single-minded. There's a single goal. And it works. I can honestly say, and a lot of people will tell you this, a lot of people who really know me, especially Firefay, if I haven't been to the gym in a while, if I haven't been to jiu-jitsu in a while, I can go to therapy. I can talk about whatever is bothering me. But if I don't go to the gym, or if I don't, if I don't go to the dojo, my mood is irreversible. I get grumpy. I get really grumpy. Because it's my meditation, because it's how I calm myself down, and I've seen memes about that. I probably still have them somewhere on my laptop, that somehow completely tiring myself out in the gym is the most relaxing thing I'll do all day. It may sound contradictory, like, oh, how are you doing a 100+ kg deadlift and relaxing? Well, because in comparison to a deadlift, everything's relaxing, especially if you go heavy. It's I don't know how to explain it. I'm still drinking my coffee, so maybe after my coffee I'm a bit more lucid, if you will. But yeah, and on the topic of massive meditation money, unfortunately, I do not make massive meditation money. I wish I did. That'd be awesome. But there definitely is money to be made. That's why I put that on here. There is this. Yeah, it's a YouTube channel officially. Here I go again with my screen share. Yeah, Sleep Tube, hypnotic relaxation. I usually play this when I go to sleep. A couple of channel members, so that's cool for them. But here, he has monetization on, but only at the start of his videos, and I think at the end as well. But here, 23 million views. This is his most popular one. Imagine the AdSense. Imagine how much he made with that. Well, here, just this one, posted 8 days ago, his newest, 61k views. And yes, they're longer videos, but I imagine that a lot of people, just like myself, they play it when they go to sleep, or they play it with their daily meditations. So there is money to be made, but wherever there's money to be made, you'll find a whole lot of grifters and a whole lot of fakers and people who will steal your ideas. Which kind of, hold on, last bit of coffee. Yes. Which brings me to my next topic, something that I have spoken about multiple times by now. Beanie Boy, Tim Pool, Timcast. Yeah, it's become quite obvious that he is copying me, copying us. Let's see. Yeah, Josh just sent me. No, he put that in the tribe. Let's see, what was it this time? Or what wasn't it this time? Oh god, we talk about way too much in the tribe. Sometimes I do lose it. Oh yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he said just yesterday night or early in the morning for me, that he tweeted 5 things that today appeared on Timcast IRL. Then he shared a tweet, and within 30 seconds, Tim was talking about it live. Okay, that may be a coincidence, but that's really short. It's a really short time, and I've talked about this with Fireface as well last night. Timcast, he has at this moment he has 1.3 million subs. He has a whole team. I'll give him props. His podcast or show, whatever, it definitely is professional, and he definitely pulls in views that rival many TV show. I imagine. I haven't checked out his stuff. Just I'm not a fan. I don't really care. But yeah, his podcast is pretty mainstream, talking about politics and everyday stuff and whatever. So why is he talking about Atlantis? And especially, why is he talking about Atlantis fairly quickly after we did that as well on our podcast, on our streams? Why is he talking about giants pretty much right after Josh and I did either number 2, number 3? I don't. How many have we done? Well, we've done quite a few on giants, and somehow, like the day or a couple days after, Tim Pool is talking about that as well. Okay, that may be a coincidence. Doesn't have to mean anything. It's just kind of weird that someone talking about basically just mainstream topics would bring that up. It's not something that's really talked about in the mainstream, even though it should. Oh yeah, Freedom Lands. Or something along those lines. All of a sudden he came up with the idea like, oh, I'm gonna, create a Freedom Land. And, it's gonna be all about free speech, and it's gonna be like the kind of freedom that everyone says we have, but then, like actually can be in the zeitgeist. Yeah. I mean, that's what I said. It can be weird weaving, but it's very odd that, like, especially last night, that during the day Josh shares like 5 tweets, then Tim talks about that same stuff on his show literally that evening, and within 30 seconds of Josh sharing another tweet, it's talked about on the show as well. Josh really loves to talk about, tribal land and like creating a true tribe, with an actual meat hall, with an actual long hall, or long house, I should say. Apologies. And then all of a sudden, Tim starts talking about, oh, I want freedom land. I don't want this. I don't want that. It's. And yeah, it can be a coincidence. Yeah, it can be in the zeitgeist. It can be weird weaving. It can be whatever you want to call it. But it wouldn't be the first time, nor would it be the last time that a major podcaster or someone who has a major TV show or just a major artist steals from the little guy and makes it his own. Yeah, okay, but if your topics are like the more mainstream activist stuff, if you can have guests on like Kanye West and his new crew. I refuse to call him Yee. Like, come on, you're Kanye. Stop acting like that, fucking weirdo. No, I don't like accusing people. I don't want to be accusing people. Tim built that podcast from the ground up, as I am trying to do with this one, as I am trying to do with mine, with the tribal podcast. But it's just, as I was trying to say, it wouldn't be the first time that some major artist or some major production takes their ideas from, the smaller productions, the smaller podcasts, the smaller content creators, and presents them like they thought of it themselves. Like, how many times do you hear, like, even among the bigger content creators, whether that be musicians, movie makers, whatever, how many times do you hear that they're stealing from each other? Why wouldn't they steal from the little guy? I mean, fucking hell, for Tim it would be fucking easy. He's at 1.3 million subs. I'm at 255 currently. I can talk about things, and my views. I mean, I'm getting decent views. Not as much as I would like, obviously, but I'm getting consistent views somewhere between let's say 40, 60, sometimes 100, over 100 views. It's not much, but it's consistent, and that's fine. Timcast, on the other hand, or Timpool, whatever, I'm gonna fucking look him up. Even worse, he's at 1.4 mil subscribers. His latest show that he actually did just an hour ago, Tim, move up. Just an hour ago, he already has 38k views. So it would be incredibly easy to just, take from all the little podcasters, from all the, the people who are grinding away, trying to make something of it. And he almost had 800. Yeah, well, I mean, there's a reason he's getting all those strikes. And after 4 years, yeah. I mean, fame will get to your head. I mean, the whole Kanye West thing and how that went. That's that was probably a setup. It gets people talking, it gets people watching, controversy creates cash, all of that. But still, if you're taking ideas from others, then give them some credit, or at least say something along the lines of, hey, I saw some smaller podcasters, smaller content creators talking about this. I thought they had a point. Here's my view, here's my vision, whatever. you know and I know that, yes, there is, the zeitgeist, the weird weaving, um like, for example, the example that I gave last night as well. Thomas Sheridan, on his first video of the year, talked about a lot of stuff we talked about as well, even quite recently on the Meat Hall. But he walks the same path that a lot of us do. He mixes and mingles among the pagans and the pagan circles, so it's no surprise that he talks about the same things. Rising from the ashes, the fire tribe. They talked about dragons. They've talked about the Fae. They have talked about, what is it, leprechauns and dwarves and whatever. They did all that quite recently as well. We talked about it as well. But hey, they're also all about paganism and the more, esoteric topics. So of course they're going to talk about that, because that's within their realm. It's within the realm of, of paganism, of esoterica, of occultism, whatever. It's all within the same realm. So, we tap from the same source. So, that's fine. But if you're a mainstream artist, if you're a mainstream podcast, if you're a mainstream show, and you talk about about a lot of things that like aren't mainstream, and you talk about it when or like fairly quickly after a show, a podcast, a content creator within that realm has talked about it as well, it's kind of sus. It's kind of sus. Like, I don't want to just flat out say that he stole ideas from us, or from any content creator from that matter. I sure hope he doesn't. I sure hope, he is who he says he is, that he indeed, is independent and all of that. I fucking hope it. He deserves it. 1.4 million subs. You don't get that by, not working, not being genuine, not fucking grinding it out. Hell, I'm surprised I am at like 255 even. I never figured I would get there. I mean, last November I was where was I? Like 60, not even 70 subs. And now I'm breaking, goal after goal. I'm breaking record after record. Yeah, okay. Borrowing. But define borrowing. Like, is it borrowing if you talk about it but don't tell people where you got the idea from? Is it borrowing if you blatantly talk about something that others are talking about as well, and you just, like, you don't tell people, like, hey, this has been in the zeitgeist, this has been in the talk or whatever? Like, is it borrowing if you just if you say that Yeah. Oh, that's. I mean, dude, I'm happy I have like two people here now. I'm happy that you were here like right when I started the video. I'm happy anybody is listening for that matter. I mean, I'm gonna do these live streams anyway because there are just things that I want to talk about. But still, I'm doing it because I want to. I'm doing it because I like doing this. But I'm just saying, like, if you're already a bigger content creator, there is no need to borrow things. There is no need to look at the little guy and think, hey, that's a cool topic. I'm going to talk about it as well and just not tell people where I got it from. I mean, they're always complaining, with the whole left right economy, which I still think is bullshit. Um, left wing, right wing, yeah, but they're attached to the same bird, so that doesn't fucking matter. But the thing that I keep seeing more and more, um, I am thankful for Tina. It was a great podcast. It really was, and it should be launching soon on our platforms. Okay. Let's see, when is it scheduled to drop? Huh. Okay. Awesome. The podcast I did with Tina Kemp about the magic of the runes, it'll drop on the 20th, of January, so on my birthday, which is also when the podcast with Thomas Sheridan will drop on our Patreon. I'm done talking about the whole left right economy soon. Just talking about more positive things. Yeah, Thomas Sheridan, Paganism and Druidry in the Modern Times will drop on January 20th at 7 p.m. on our Patreon. And the podcast with Tina Kemp will drop on the 20th of January at the same time at 7 p.m., but it will drop on the bigger podcasting platforms. No, not in English. I mean, most of my podcasts will be in English, of course. International audience, English is it's an easier language for them, and I'm like pretty much on a daily basis. I speak more English than I do Dutch. Anyway, with my fiance being American and just a lot of English speakers in the tribe, or it's like the go-to language if you don't speak each other's language. Well, you both speak English, so let's just speak English. Anyway, the whole left-right economy. I'm gonna wrap that topic up, and then I'll talk about something more positive. There seems to be a trend that the right is blaming the left for everything they are now doing as well. The left is all about who doxing and getting people canceled and whatever. But it seems like the right, the far right, the dull right, as Carolyn Emmerich likes to call it, they're they're doing pretty much the same things. They are on other ends of the spectrum. Oh, who was that again? I believe it was in the meat hall that it was that somebody called it, and he was right. The horseshoe graph, if you will, that yes, other ends of the spectrum, but basically doing the same thing. And I don't stand for that. I don't stand for doxing. I don't stand for cancel culture or whatever. Let's live and let live. If everybody else would just let each other live and live their own life and focus on themselves and their family and their immediate surrounding, their loved ones, their tribe, their group, their whatever, the world would be such a better place. Okay, enough for that. I don't feel like talking about that more. So on to something better, something different. I gotta think of something. Yeah, I was talking about the tribe, talking about family, talking about loved ones. Maybe the importance of being close with your family, being close with your tribe, with the people you love, because love does elevate. I mean, I've been talking about that yesterday with Firefay. My ex-girlfriend, my baby mama. She is a fuck it, I don't care. I'm gonna call her out on stream. I doubt she's seeing or hearing this anyway. She's a vile bitch. But she was right about one thing. Firefay definitely is not my type. I mean, the only thing, well, there are three things she has going for her that are, my type, if you will. She's a witch, she's a redhead, she's a mom. But that's pretty much it. Everything else, nah, she's definitely not my type. I'm more into, fit girls, goth girls, metal girls, pagan girls, just, I don't know, maybe quite standard, quite average, but Firefay, someone from the southern states, or at least with a southern heritage, American, of course, no, I no. If you would ask me my type, I wouldn't say, well, Southern American country girl, but also kind of emo, also kind of witchy. No, that's that's not what I would say. I would say, I prefer redheads. I really have a taste. I've gotten a taste for redheads. Yeah, you're a redhead too, Tim. Yeah, you're a redhead. I mean, you can be just like your mother, sweet, but also don't tempt me, huh? Yeah. But I would say, like, the pagan girls, the ones you will like, the pretty ones you'll see at the festivals, or a goth girl, big titty goth girlfriend. Everyone wants a big titty goth girlfriend. Guys, don't try and be a white knight and say, oh no, like, I only care about personality. No, deep down inside, we all want a big titty goth girlfriend. Okay? Or metal chicks, or whatever. Just, look at all the metal bands, like the female fronted metal bands. Those kind of women, hell yeah. Please? Can I? May I? So I'll give my ex that. No, Firefay is not my type. And I'm not her type. You know, she likes native boys. She likes Asian, especially Korean. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, batshit crazy can be fun. I mean, yeah, well, there's a difference between fun crazy and just batshit crazy. Um, but yeah, it takes the right woman to open your eyes, to change you, but change you for the better. You know, and no, Firefay may not have been what I was looking for. No, she definitely is not my type, but she is what I need, or what I needed at that moment. She's loving, she's caring, she is nurturing. You know, personality wise, yeah, she's definitely my type. And yeah, opposites attract. And oh, how did she put that yesterday? Like the one you were meant to be with is not gonna be the one who you think you are going to be with, who you think you are going to end up with. It never will be. You know, you always hope it is. Sometimes it will. Sometimes it can be. But most times you're gonna end up with someone. You're well. You're gonna ask yourself, okay, how the hell did I ever, end up with you? We're so vastly different. We're so like, yeah, we're alike enough in many ways that there are things we can talk about. There are things that that we have in common that we can do together. That's important too. Yes, someone being vastly different, it's interesting. It definitely is interesting. I mean, geez, I'm a Dutchie. I'm a metalhead. Like stereotypical European phenotype. 6 foot, blonde hair, blue eyes, and she's a short, curvy, witchy mom, and American. I mean, we're really different, but we love each other, and we love each other so much. Yeah, exactly. And now you can't imagine a life without her. I mean, I do imagine that that's why you married her. So yeah, perspective. Yeah, but perspectives can change. You think you like the one thing, and then you try something, then you find something, you find someone, and you're like, okay, I still do like that one thing, but man, I love this. I love her or him. I don't judge, which is perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal. Yeah, not gonna get into that. Not now. Um, But yeah, they will change your perspective. They will change the way you look at things. They will change the way you look at the world. I mean, I always say that, she is my light, but I guess that's a little too dependent. Oh, Sumerians, dude. That's Save that rabbit hole. Save that rabbit hole for the next stream. I want to go down that one. That seems interesting. Oh, damn it! Why did you have to do that? But yeah, she told me that no, I'm not necessarily your light, but I did help you find yours. I did help you um, open your eyes and truly see the light, truly see your light. And she did. She changed my life. She completely changed my life. If my ah, all the best with that. Uh, hope it'll be everything you imagine it will be. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It does mean that. I mean, that could be a good thing. If she's a lot like you, it means that you know what to do and you know what not to do. Shouldn't be that hard, then, right? I mean, still, all the best. But yeah, if my ex, if my well, the mother of my children, I hate calling her my baby mama, the mother of my children, if she has made me, how do I put this? Okay. She has thrown me into the darkest depths. She has made me get to know my demons and other demons. So yeah, without her, I wouldn't know my dark side as much as I do. And I think maybe that's why I see Fire Faye, my beautiful fiance, as such a light. Because I know my darkness. I was still in that darkness when I met her. So every bit of light is very bright. Yeah. I'm thankful. I'm this may sound weird, calling her a vile bitch at first and then later say I'm thankful, but that's nice. That's awesome. Sometimes it's obvious, Same with me and Fire Faye. I mean, dude, I often think, you and I are so much alike as well. Like in a previous life, in a previous lifetime, we had to be related somehow. I mean, we look at each other as brothers now. At some point in history, some lifetime, I have no idea how far back that would go, but we had to be actual brothers. I mean, you're you're the Floridian version of me, and I'm the Dutch version of you, kinda. Yeah, I think that will be a good way to express it. I mean, I found out the same thing with Fire Faye after, inner work and meditation and all that, and with the help from some spirit guides, that we have been together in many lifetimes before, but we never ended our life at the same time. There was always someone, and was always the same one. It's the same one as it is now, who well, not every time, but most times it was the same one as it is now, who pulled us apart, or did something that caused us to not be together. So we made a promise to each other that this lifetime we are going to finish it together. This lifetime is, the lifetime that we are gonna, defeat our demon, her evil twin, Fireface evil twin. Yeah, previous lifetimes. I guess I can save that for another stream. I will have to write some things down about that. I can't really do that off the cuff. But yeah, maybe that's the thing too. Hey, Josh, maybe that's the thing with you and Sarah too. If there were back-to-back signs that you two were supposed to be together, maybe this isn't the first time, the first lifetime that you are actually together. But you have found each other again, and you are together again. You took an arrow to the knee. No, I'm really happy for you, for both of you. You are a lovely couple. You're a crazy couple, and you got a crazy couple of kids. But you and Sarah, you fit together. You really are good together. It's gonna be crazy when I finally manage to make my way to Florida. Especially Fireface gonna come with me too. It's gonna be us hanging out, and Fireface and Sarah hanging out, doing couple things and double dates, and it's just, yeah, travel's crazy. Travel's still crazy, especially now that it's been renewed until April. But that's, I wanna end it on a high note. I've talked about enough. Want to end it on a high note, and yeah, sometimes there are those signs, and sometimes, as well with myself and Fireface, sometimes you refuse to see those signs because you are still in that darkness. I was still in that darkness, and still very much broken and torn. Virginia, Florida, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's about the tribe coming together. Oh, you have something to say, Tim? Okay. Okay. But yeah, I was still very much torn. I was still very much suffering, if you will, when I met Firefang. So made some mistakes. Made a couple of big mistakes. But those were, yeah, I wish I didn't. But, making those mistakes and seeing and truly feeling how life could be without her, I wasn't about to do that. I wasn't about to live a life like that. So I fought. I went to the deepest, darkest pits, brought her back up, even though she really fucking fought me to to not leave. And now I tell people and tell her, she tells me that it's the final mistake I had to make. It's the final mistake I had to make before actually waking up to to the truth, to the realization that we are meant to be together, and there is no snake in the grass. There is no underlying agenda. I'm not just a means to an end. I'm not just a tool. Our love is real. Our love is genuine. Our love is true. And it's been a fight. It's been hard, but ever since we're back, I keep fighting to have it this way, to keep it this way. And Josh, I think in that way we are a lot alike too. It's just you got to marry your sweetheart a little earlier than me, but then again, your situation is different, so that doesn't matter. It's all cool. It's all good. Love all around, love for everyone. There's enough hate already, so let's just spread love, shall we? And with that, on that high note, I am going to end the stream here. Gonna get some breakfast. I saw that I have a message from NY Patriot, so I need to answer him. And I am, speaking of love, speaking of family, I am going to the movies with my dad tonight. Gonna go for Chinese and then see a movie, or like first a movie, then Chinese, whatever is whatever works better. So no training tonight, but I'm gonna go back to training tomorrow. Working on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday there won't be a live stream. I have to do it like quite early before I leave. I am working on Thursday, so it might be an early stream. There might be no stream. It might be a very, very late stream. I will keep you all posted. I think I'll make a decision about that tomorrow. Tomorrow I do want to do a dedicated stream. I want to I don't know, make it sort of a podcast, sort of a real video. Thank you, Blackbird, for the idea. I would like to show you all the process, like my process that goes in for setting up a podcast. I mean, I don't have any other podcast scheduled. I'm still setting up a few, but I can do one just as an example of how that goes, because it's it's a lot of work just to prepare for the podcast. It's a lot. So that will be the dedicated stream for tomorrow. Knowledge and all thought on Woden's Day. That would be a good one. For now, I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for listening. Thank you to Zeralath, Mr. Immortal. What's up with all those fucking difficult names? God damn it. Thank you to Josh for being here. Let's do some YouTuber shilling. Like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, do all that stuff that all those YouTubers keep shilling about because of the the algorithm, the god of YouTube, if you will. I mean, basically is. Check us out on Telegram. Check us out on Minds. Subscribe to our Patreon if you want exclusive content, if you want to have access to all the podcasts a week earlier, we have several different tiers and several different kinds of content for everyone to each their liking. Buy our merch. We have merchandise. It's really cool. It's really comfy. It's really nice. Josh has already modeled for us with a hoodie and a mug. And his mug. Get it? No. Yeah. And if you don't feel like spending money, like I said, like, share, subscribe, bell, comment, join us on Telegram, join us on Minds. Those things are all free, but still show support. I know times are tough. They're tough for everyone. Well, not everyone, but most of us. You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. I need to get off. I need to get some breakfast. I'm rambling. So, again, thank you all. Europa Invicta. Hail the old gods. And I will see you again tomorrow. Same time, same stream, same channel. Thank you all. Good day.